sir. It's the COD episode 40. We back in effect.
You feel me?
Your hosts, your normal hosts, Ryan and Paul.
Hey, it's Paul and Ryan, man. We back
Come
at it
on,
again.
man.
Come on now.
I know y'all haven't heard from us in like 3 weeks.
Hey, you hear me? It's all good,
But
man.
people had moves to make. People had moves to make. And the crazy thing was, I kind of was sitting back like, let me see how many weeks. You know what I mean? So like I was telling you earlier, like, I guess, I hit your phone. I'm like, man, call back, call back. Like, I'm really trying to get you on the line. I'm like, man, I haven't heard from Paul in a minute. There was a couple Sundays when I just hadn't reached out. Paul hadn't reached out. And there was one of those Sundays that was a holiday. So it was like, all right, cool. On holidays, as you all know, we usually take a break with y'all. But, the other two Sundays, I'm like, man, like, I missed the call. He missed the call. I didn't want no smoke, nothing like that. But I'm still like, you know what? We've been potting for a minute. This is kind of cool. Let me just like sit back and see what the temperature's like.
Big
All of a
fact.
sudden, I go to a birthday dinner for my mom's coworker. They're talking about, so what's good with the pod? I haven't heard. Oh man, my bad. Hold on. The people in the Discord, I'm chilling, talking with them for a minute. They're like, hold on, I haven't heard a pod in like 3 weeks. I was like, oh, hold on. So I'm like, you know what? Let me call back because that type of reaction is something that we appreciate. So
Absolutely,
it
man.
makes us feel good that we got something to say and something that you appreciate hearing, and we want to keep the discussion going for y'all. But
Absolutely.
let's go over these past 3 weeks, man, because it's been a lot of moves. It hasn't just been, I haven't got on the phone or anything like that. You made a whole move.
Absolutely, man. And you know what? Before I say anything, shout out to Artificial, man. I love this
Hey,
shirt,
I was
bro.
about to say, I was
I
about to
love
say,
this
I
shirt,
seen you.
bro.
I
Yeah,
seen you
yeah, yeah,
rocking it.
yeah. Come on.
Hey,
Come on. Feel me?
long live fake smiles.
You heard him? Hey, my man makes great merch. If you haven't checked him out, he's on an episode of the pod. Check him out. You know what I'm saying? Grab a shirt or two, support him, my man. We were happy to have him on. And man, I love it. I love it. It's comfortable. But
Come
yeah,
on.
man, moves have to be made. Sometimes you gotta press the reset button in order to get back the way you want to. And man, we back. We appreciate the fans and we appreciate everybody who's listening and everybody who's curious about what we have to say about everything that's been going on. Um, man, this is what keeps us going. Really, this is what keeps us going. Really, you know.
Hey man. Like, not only you had a whole move, but like I was just saying before we hit record, the new job that you kind of had for a minute now, not so new job, you finally had somebody take over the old position you had. You
Right.
was kind of like working both them. So now that you're like moving and in a new crib and everything, how is that, man? Because like,
Man, to be honest with you, bro, and this is, and I'm sure a lot of people out there can relate to us. You know what I mean? COVID-19, it took away a lot of jobs.
yeah,
It also created a lot of opportunities. So, I was one of those people who were kind of blessed to get an opportunity to do something different. You know what I mean? And I stepped into a higher role, but it came with more responsibility. And obviously, I had to train the guy who took over my old position, who never been in the industry. He's never worked in sales or anything like that. So I had to kind of train him from day one to pretty much do what I did. And I think there's a lot of people out here who are just relearning things, right? Reinventing themselves, jumping into new roles, jumping into, whole new industries. And it's, man, it's a process, bro. It's a process. And sometimes it takes a lot out of you. And I know it took a lot out of me. And it got to a point, where I had to realize too, like, what's important, man. My mental health and my physical well being and getting enough sleep. And man, it's I think these conversations are important to have too, right? And just for me, like you said, new crib, like new everything, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? New everything, pretty much. I'm out here.
facto,
I
facto.
pretty much do the
But you
old.
ain't
Yeah.
slowed down. You ain't slowed down. I see your story nowadays, which actually connected to what you said earlier. So I'm glad you brought up that people are back outside because I
Right.
feel like 3 weeks ago people weren't. So the
Right.
last time people heard from us, it was kind of like, okay, people getting vaccinated now. Some of the mask mandates are going away. Things are opening up. And shit, we was a pod that started in the
The
quarantine and
pandemic.
everything like that.
Yeah.
So now that we exiting that, hopefully, God willing, you hear less of that pandemic type talk, because I
Right.
know it's been a topic on a lot of our pods. So hopefully this is like the last time we bring it up. But now that we transition into outside, how's that been?
Man, to be honest with you, bro, it's just to step outside and just breathe and just see people socializing again. You know what I'm saying?
Cause I seen you out there, bro.
Hey, bro, I'm outside,
You
bro.
ain't missed a step.
I'm outside. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I got my vaccination. I got my
Yeah,
Pfizer, and even when I go to places like the grocery store or places that are, there's a lot of people, I still might throw on my mask. You know what I'm saying? It's just a habit now.
yeah.
It's
Just
a
be,
habit now.
be smart. Yeah,
Yeah, but if I'm outside, if I'm taking a walk, if I'm going to get something to eat or something, like man, just like I said, just to see people interacting again, it kind of gave me more of an appreciation
exactly.
for it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Hmm.
crazy, bro. Living in the digital world, man. Like you yearn for that human interaction, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
something to that. It's something to that. Actually sitting down and having a conversation, drinking some coffee or drinking, you know what I'm saying, or eating a meal with somebody or your friends. You know
that's a
what I mean?
fact.
Like that's like a
That's
breath
a
of fresh
fact.
air, bro. Like we could be alone. I'm cool with being alone for a while, but we are kind of inherently social animals.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
So shit,
I've
I'm
seen
loving
people
it.
just I've seen people just cherish stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
like I told you, I went to like a birthday party. That was like the first time I was at a restaurant
right.
since since like everything shut down. So my first time in the restaurant, I take off my mask. I'm feeling like,
You gotta get
here
used
we
to it.
go. All
You gotta
right.
get
You
used
know
to
what I mean? Yeah.
it.
Using everybody's, the restaurant's fork and knife and everything. I'm like, all
Right.
right, it's their glasses and everything. You used to, got to get used to really being back outside. I wasn't sitting at the outside table either. I'm sitting inside,
Right.
So it's like, all right, we really back outside and going inside and other people's establishments and stuff like that. But not just the restaurant, right? I've been to like a cookout or something like that. Like a couple, but like seeing people, like really being mad close to people taking off their masks, talking to each other. You kind of see people like I don't know if it's the right word to say as a high, because it's not like, but it seems like people are on high. It
Right.
doesn't seem like, people I guess they're still cautious, right? They still have the masks and stuff like that, but it seems like people really have that appreciation for being outside. A normal barbecue back in the day, oh yeah, this is great to show up.
Right.
Now it's like I'm seeing people hug for mad long. It's like they dapping. Yo, I ain't seen you, bro. I ain't been outside. Just
Damn, bro.
cherishing really small stuff like a barbecue. But people really like, yo, let's get a game of dominoes, or like let's get these cards. Like
Hey,
people sticking around who might be like, yo, I had something to do or something like that. So it's like
hey, I'm
I
feeling that
see it, bro.
love,
It's a
bro.
good feeling. Yeah.
I'm feeling that love, bro.
Yeah.
Like to be, like I said, man, not to be all mushy and stuff, but I'm feeling that love, man. Like
you know?
just to be around
Yeah.
people, just to man, see my loved ones or like see my friends and just tell them like, man, bro, like you know what I'm saying, like I love you, bro, like I missed you, nigga. Like I ain't seen you in a
Mm-hmm.
year, man, or plus,
Yeah.
depending on the situation, and like, man, it's real humbling, man. I feel like it's real humbling. I feel like, man,
Facts.
we should move forward with that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
cherishing and treating people like we miss them. You know,
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
Ain't nobody guaranteed tomorrow, man. So
Exactly.
that's what it
Exactly.
is. That's what it is, man. So how you
Shit.
how you doing, man? How's the I know you dropped an album, you know what I'm saying?
You know what it is. Hey, I shouted you out on there too.
I know it. I know it.
First track. I said, shout out Nico, shout out Paul. I
I
got
know
feet.
it.
I got feet.
Nico,
Hey,
Nico went crazy. Nico went
hey,
crazy.
hey.
Yeah, I heard you. Hey,
Yes, sir. You was out in Florida though, right?
but it's successful, bro. Your album
Yeah.
sound good, man. It's successful. You got people hitting you up for the vinyls. Come on now.
Come on, man.
Come
It's
on now.
crazy.
Exclusives.
It's crazy,
Exclusives.
bro.
What's
It's
your
crazy.
what's your feedback, man? What do you think about it? Now, because sometimes an artist has to listen to their own music a couple
Yeah,
times.
nah, I like it, bro. It's one of those things where, you've listened to my past projects and stuff like that, so I gotta
Right.
shout out Noza, because it was like it's such a focused effort, you know what I mean? Like he's got a vision of his sound and he nails it like every time. Like this is his sound, this is his genre. Like you've listened to my older projects, so you know it's nothing for me to be like, okay, I can hop on a boom bap track, or I can hop on like trap,
Right.
or like a faster BPM or something like that, or even like a drill track or something like that. So like I've rapped on like a variety of stuff like that. And like I can usually put together varieties well on other projects and stuff like that. But to have a full project full of one vibe, one genre, and just really excelling at that, executing at that. You know, you have different, sounds and everything, but it's really focused, right? So like what I've noticed is that people really gravitated towards that. And that's something that I've always wanted to see on other projects. Like just because of the variety, I wanted to see like what track do you gravitate towards, and let me see if, should I make a decision to capitalize. So now that I see people really gravitating towards this, it's like it's no bells, no whistles, it's just a good beat, good raps. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of strip the rap down to its most basic form. Not saying that there's anything basic about it, but it's just like I said, simple, good beats, good rhymes. And the night I put that out on Bandcamp, it wasn't out on any streaming platform, just Bandcamp. They put me on their hip hop trending site. They put me in their radio show. And then from there, it's been a bunch of podcasts and radio shows like playing, select tracks and stuff like that. I've had like a bunch of people consistently buying the project on Bandcamp. They're streaming it. Shout out JR. I think he got some new music out right now. He also put out a music video for Pregame.
Yeah, shout out JR for sure.
Yep. So like it's been a lot of people who like, okay, there's some fans of JR and they've listened to the project and they really like it and stuff like that. So it's like, damn, bro, like this might be one of them projects that really resonate with people, because people coming up to me telling how they relate to it so much. And the fact that now that we're outside, if I put the album out now, it might have been like, all right, man, enough about COVID. But I guess the time that I put it out was just in time, because that's when things were winding down. People could reflect on what they were going through at the same time that I was speaking about that. So now I think when people listen to it, it's like a snapshot for them. It's not something that's like beating them over the head and being like, this is COVID, because not everyone wants to hear about that all the time. But it seems like it resonated with people, which is always the goal. So,
hey man, we outside, man. When we performing.
Hey, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So Noza actually hit me up talking about, if I can find a show, he's trying to come up to America somewhere and we can perform the album front to back, the full project. He'll DJ and everything. So I've been hitting people up trying to see if I can like book something, if we can put something together. But if not, a few people were like, yo, why don't you go to Barbados and then y'all do the show down there. So I told a few people and they said they'd be down to go. So who knows, man? Maybe we might have to put together a group trip or something. Go to Barbados, get a show going. Just chill out. That's an idea, So shout out Noza, man.
Shout out Noza, man.
Kind of sick,
At Barbados, we might be coming. See the MC in the Kai.
Come on, bro.
Stop playing.
Them old movies like Belly and stuff like that when they went overseas, or like the Shine music videos, like
right.
Where you just match hip hop with the island culture, like, and we show up to like do a show and then go party after. I mean, like, damn, that'd be a crazy trip. But we outside now. We can do those things. We can actually think those things.
It's time. It's time.
Hey man, so let's speak about some things that have been going on these past few weeks. Let's catch people up to speed. Did you tune into the Mayweather fight?
I did.
What did you think about that?
I mean, just to be 1,000, man. Like, I wasn't gonna pay for it, but you know what? I was like, Ocho Cinco fighting. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Mayweather fighting Logan Paul. I said, that's cool, but
Ocho actually won. If you look at the stats, I know he slipped at the end, so that looked bad. Yeah. But if you look at those stats, technically he would have pulled a win.
Any man who can step in the ring and throw hands, bro, I show him respect. Yeah. I guess just in my head though, like I would have rather have seen Jake Paul get beat up than Logan.
Hey. But
And that's
people
all I
saying he
gotta say.
did. People saying he did though, because I know you saw this, and I've seen it and paid attention to it on the replay. But they're saying that there was a hit that Mayweather landed that Jake actually, or not Jake, I guess it was Logan. My bad. You did say Jake. You did say Jake, and we do want that. But I'm saying there was something where Mayweather hit Logan, right, and it looked like Logan actually like passed out. And
Right.
you see Mayweather like
Who's
holding him
holding him
up,
up?
kind of. Yes,
Right.
bro. Come on, man.
He's
Yeah,
holding
he's
him
like
up.
he's
Yeah.
talking about wake up, bro. We need to make this money. Wake up.
Right. He's pep talking him. He's pep talking him. He's
So
like,
yeah,
hey, the
bro.
sponsors ain't gonna like this.
Come on, bro. So what do you think this says for boxing? What do you think this says for
Yeah.
boxing?
So there's a lot of people, you know, if you want to call them boxing purists, right? So they out here criticizing. I get it. They think that they're making a mockery of it because it wasn't for a title. It wasn't like a 23-0 boxer fighting Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? It's Logan Paul, right? So
Yeah.
they know so it's gimmicks, man. It's all it's all for the money. But I mean, that's what it is, man. People want to see a competition. That's what people wanted to see. They want to see this YouTuber fight a real boxer, Mayweather, who damn near is big on social media as well himself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I say let him live.
Yeah.
Mayweather, I think that they just criticize him anyway because they don't believe that he's 50-0. They believe he runs around the ring. If you listen to a lot of boxing,
Look, at the end of the day, that's the rules, right? If you want a strict knockdown sport, then amend the rules.
Right.
But you can't criticize a man for studying those rules and then finding a way how to win. You know, because like apparently people forget that Floyd used to actually knock people out in the beginning of his career.
Absolutely. That's how he got to where he's at.
Yeah. At some point, he just figured, like, you know what? I'm too fast for these guys. Let me not even get too banged up out here. You know, I'm gonna duck and dodge until you get really tired. Then I'm gonna tag you up and I'm gonna run up them stats.
Yeah.
So I got more landed than you. Simple.
Period, bro. Period. And they did what they were supposed to do.
And they showed the stats during this fight too. And it was like, sheesh.
Hands.
It was like 100 hits to 10.
Yeah. I mean, he
Logan was tall and he was wailing on him, so it kind of looked for a minute like the little guy is getting whopped around. But just because his hand does this, he still got his hands up, so he technically blocking like the flurry of hits that Logan was seemingly looking like he was getting off.
Right. And Mayweather's fast, man. And a lot of times, Logan Paul, when he laid on Mayweather, like I said, Mayweather was hitting that body, bro. Boom, 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 boom. That's an exercise in boxing. You train for stuff like that. When fighters get tired and they lay on you, you tear that body up. Uppercuts.
And there's a video you can actually look up on YouTube talking about Logan Paul takes body shots or whatever.
Right.
And there's a professional boxer, I think someone Garcia. I don't know his first name, but it's a professional boxer who, Logan's wearing the big padding, right? And this dude is speed punching his core until Logan actually like fell back and was like passing out.
Right.
And he was wearing big protective gears. So if he's gonna get lit up in his core from Mayweather without the protective gear, I'm sure he was in a world of hurt.
Because like you said, people forget that Mayweather's an actual boxer. He can hit hard, bro. Like,
come on.
He might have perfected the art of playing defense, but I mean, he's still a boxer, bro. And he did used to knock people out. So come on, get a man credit where credit's due.
Exactly.
That's what
there was a UFC fight yesterday. You caught that?
I didn't catch it, but I looked at the results, man. I saw that my boy got knocked down, man. I saw my boy got knocked down, man. My boy Diaz, man.
Okay.
And I mess with Diaz, and I saw his bloody picture and shit. Yeah. But he always, he's a Twitter he got the Twitter fingers. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I always expect Diaz to come hard, man. So I follow Derek Brunson, who's another UFC fighter. I follow him, and he was saying like, I still ride the Diaz brothers, ride or die. And I'm like, yeah, I still like Nate, man, but Nate, you got to start winning, man.
Facts.
You got to start winning.
Come on, man.
Off subject, but same subject. McGregor, man, he out here making moves.
What he doing?
So he sold his Proper 12 whiskey, which made him like the first like UFC billionaire or something like that.
Okay.
Or almost billionaire.
All right.
He's making a lot of business moves. I mean, but he kind of has to because he got beat up his last couple fights. So he's doing the smart.
Hey, but it proves, right? It proves that he's a businessman, right?
Yeah.
It's like he fought Mayweather, but the thing that him and Mayweather have in common are they're both businessmen.
Yeah.
So, like you said, Mayweather has taken a few losses, right? Mm-hmm. But it shows that unlike Ronda Rousey, and I'm not trying to compare them, but she for a minute was.
I used to love Ronda.
She was going crazy in her division, right?
I know.
So like when she took her loss, it hit her hard. To where she didn't even come back to the sport. So the thing is, he could take a couple of losses, and it doesn't really affect what people know and think about him. Even if he takes losses, people still look at him as the champ. So that hasn't hurt his brand, and he's able to make moves to put himself in that billion conversation. Because isn't the story that UFC fighters are criminally like underpaid and things like that?
Absolutely.
So 100%. To be in that sport and to touch $1 billion, it's like, yeah, you had to fight, like figuratively and literally. You really had to fight to get to where you are. So
absolutely. Yeah. He well, first of all, that Floyd Mayweather fight put him over the top. I mean, he made some money off of that. So just through his investments after that, man, he definitely leveled himself up, man.
And he ended up buying that pub that he got in the fight with the old man at. Like, that's wild, you know what I mean?
Look at this dude,
man.
Come on, man.
Can't lose.
She out here jabbing grandpas and shit. Come on, man. What's popping?
He said, "Oh, you think that's a dick move? All right, let me buy the pub.
Don't
talk about it again."
Yeah. You ain't allowed in here no more.
Yeah, it's my pub.
Oh, you've been coming here for 50 years, huh? Don't come back. Damn.
Straight bought the pub.
Come on.
Now he's a billionaire. He gonna buy a couple more pubs. I see it, bro.
Super petty, man. He's super petty. Man. He's funny though. McGregor funny.
Hey, man. So I think Space Jam is out tomorrow.
I know.
Now LeBron got knocked out of the first round. But yo, you still paying attention to the finals? You still?
Yeah, man. Of course, because Denver was in it, and I was actually originally going for New York, man, because Thibodeau and Taj and Derek, of course.
Yeah.
Coming from the Bulls, all of them being original Bulls. I was going for New York, man. They just couldn't capitalize, and then Brooklyn. To be honest with you, man, Brooklyn got a super team.
They in it right now. Yeah,
Jesus Christ, they got so much talent. They got so many weapons that it's crazy. Whoever put that together, man, they knew what they was doing. But yeah, man, the Suns, they got a fast team, man. They got a fast team. They put the Lakers down with no remorse, bro. 30-point defeats. So I mean, you got.
But a lot of people. Let's give LeBron and the Lakers some credit. A lot of people say, AD was hurt, he couldn't play.
AD, and don't get it twisted. AD's family, right? AD from the crib.
Yeah.
So
I
love to shout out to AD. But come on, man, they need a little bit more, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. That Phoenix Suns team was a team, and they played fast and they ran fast, and look what they've been doing to Denver. And Denver's a young team, and Jokic, Joker, he's MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. I feel like the league's kind of changing a little bit right now. I think at this point the league is changing, man, because you got a bunch of, like I said, the Phoenix Sun team. They're a bunch of young boys running the court. They don't have like a superstar. They got Devin Booker, but like other than that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Suns
Ain't Chris
right now.
Paul.
I checked. The Suns right now. I checked. They're the only team that's 3-0.
Yeah,
So they're about to watch Denver.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, or yeah, damn, they're about to watch. Is it Denver? DEN?
yeah. They about to
Okay,
watch
yeah,
Denver,
yeah, yeah.
bro.
They're about to watch Denver. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, okay,
And they
okay.
already watched the Lakers. Like that says a lot,
Yep.
my guy. That
And
says a lot.
every other team right now that's up is 2-1.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know a lot of people are talking about Clippers look nice, the Nets look nice. The 76ers, they are 2-1. So let's see if Embiid can finally say, trust the process and mean something.
Man, he been trusting the process for a while now.
Yeah.
Shit, the process is running his course.
Hey man.
He been trusting the process for a long time.
So who you think is gonna end up in the finals?
I'm gonna say Brooklyn versus Denver, bro. I think Denver gonna put the Clippers out too. I'm gonna call that. Utah.
All right, but Denver is down.
I mean, not Denver. I'm sorry, Phoenix.
Okay.
I misspoke.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, if Denver can come back and win 4 in a row,
no.
y'all would be crazy.
I'm saying Phoenix. Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah,
that would be crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna say Phoenix gonna do it, bro. They look too good, man. They got Chris Paul. I take that back. They got Chris Paul. He the captain of the ship, bro. Mm-hmm. He got some young killers with him, and he the captain of the ship.
Yep.
Like, hey, good.
That's all you can say.
It's good leadership.
It's
good leadership.
Hey man, speaking about basketball, you've been keeping up with Kwame Brown?
Nah, what's up with Kwame?
So if
I ain't heard that name in a minute. Go ahead.
Hey, these past 3 weeks, right? These past 3 weeks, if you've been paying attention, there was somebody like, and I don't even know the story that well, but it was some basketball analyst who had said they used Kwame in like a metaphor or something, saying how like he was like a first round pick who went bust or something like that.
Right.
And Kwame just started speaking back. He got on his IG live or YouTube live and was like, how dare you say this, and that? Stephen A. Smith had said something. He went back at Stephen. He's basically not letting the media talk about him. He basically was saying like, look, I was the number 1 player in college. I was a draft pick. I stayed in the NBA for so many seasons. I got all these accolades. That's a good player to me. Just because, this, and this, or maybe I was at the bench on this, he was just defending himself. But now it's like Charlemagne said something. He came back talking about, Charlemagne, didn't you rape Shorty back in the day? Like, he's going crazy, right? He's exposing people left and right. And now Charlemagne was like, you know what? I apologize. I didn't mean to say anything about Charlemagne apologized. He tried to send a cease and desist as well, but like, it was public record and stuff like that. So Charlemagne just is not talking about him at all. There's this Dr. Boyce Watkins who, he's kind of like a thought leader for the Black community, or, self-appointed or whatever. But, he had said something. And Kwame went at him.
Right.
And basically, Kwame's just like the things he's saying, it's a lot of like, oh, he's calling somebody out, so that's what's going to get views, right? It being salacious. But the way that he's winning these arguments is he's still logical. He's like, you talking about me, I've done X, Y, Z in my career. Didn't you go through this? And he's not necessarily trying to drag people through the mud and bring up allegations, but Charlemagne had some and he spoke on it. When Dr. Boyce Watkins was speaking on something in defense of Charlemagne, and he said something like, oh yeah, some girl was 18, but she looked like 30. And he was like, I don't give a fuck if this, and that. You need to know who you doing this, and this with. Like, how are you a doctor? A doctor of what? And you sticking up for this? You doing like, you know what I mean? It's just like common sense, logical stuff. So like, if you get past all the call outs, it's kind of like incredible that he's now doing like a YouTube live sometimes every day, 2 times a week or something, but he getting like 500,000 people tuning in. One man media game right now. So it's like, I never would have seen this coming. Straight.
He just dropping facts, huh? He just dropping facts.
Dropping facts. Like, He said, don't be speaking on my name, and you got this and this and this, like, you know what I mean? And then when you really think about it, it's like, yeah, they didn't have to speak on his name, you know, like
Right.
he didn't do anything so bad compared to, it's like,
Well, I'm gonna say this, bro, and it's
it
gonna
makes the
it's gonna be a rough
before you
statement.
go, I'm just gonna say it makes the media think twice about how they just drag people's name. You know what I mean?
I was just about to say, man, you got a lot of story chasers out here, bro. You got a
Yeah.
lot of story chasers out here, and instead of talking about stuff from a slight opinion, maybe I don't know all the facts, but I'm just gonna speak on it and hope for the best type of thing. You feel me? Instead of that,
Yeah.
you got people out here who just straight slang and slander, man. And it's a lot of people in the pie world and the media world. That's what they do. They want to shit on somebody instead of being like, hey, you know what? I want to know the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel what he's saying though. It's like, how you go? Like, I'm still in the league. I've been in the league for this long. You know, and you know, it's people who ain't in the league because they're not good players. You know, I play my position. I do my job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a position player, so that's why they keep me in the league. That's why they keep me on these teams, right? If not, nobody would sign me.
Facts.
Right? So it's like, I'm still in the league. How you gonna try to shit on me, bro? Like you chasing a story. You a story chaser, you know, like a storm chaser, but you a story chaser. You just trying to
reaching.
Right, you reaching.
Big reach.
right. You reaching, bro. But you know what? Don't reach on my name, and I can touch you too.
Come on. Yeah, Charlemagne right now, he's on the brink. I don't want to say cancellation because you know cancel culture, but it's just they're looking into everything.
Oh yeah. I bet you as soon as he brought that up, I mean, like you said, he can't send no lawyers at Kwame. Like, that's public knowledge. That's
And the crazy thing is, when he says public knowledge, it's real.
Yeah.
You know, you can actually look up and see that, okay, not only on police records is this real, but you know, Charlemagne's had a few instances on different podcasts where he's told the story like a joke. Like people are laughing, talking about he had the Spanish fly and he dropped it in Shorty's drink. And you know, he literally was like, you know, she woke up and she asked what happened, and she was like, it was glad it was with him and stuff like that. But like, he literally detailed a story of him, putting something in Shorty's drink, taking her to the crib, doing whatever, informing her in the morning. Like, that's just what he said, recorded on a podcast with people laughing, like it was a stand-up routine. So, you know, when Kwame brings it up and people dig this stuff up and you're saying this about yourself, it's like, yo, you should have, you know, just relaxed. But
hey, man,
that's what the media game is now, man. Like you said, they want to just chase the story.
That shit that shit rubbed me wrong, bro. I don't like that type.
See, look. I'm telling you, bro, it's real out there. It's not just something. It's not just something that's like a bad look for Charlemagne. You know, it's something that people are really speaking about. Like, hold on, should this guy still be on air?
It's unacceptable, bro.
Exactly.
That's unacceptable.
Exactly.
Not even joking about nothing like that.
Exactly.
I'm just dropping something in her drink. You for real, fam?
Yeah.
What?
Like he said that on his Brilliant Idiots podcast with Andrew Schultz. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like, it sounds crazy what I'm telling you, but I'm like, it's an actual like recorded. Like, it's not no like hidden recording that's there in a back room speaking. This is something that, like, you and me, like, this is some like a podcast speaking to each other, meant for public consumption, that he's telling the story and people are laughing. Like, if it's some like American Pie or something like that, like,
man, unacceptable, my guy.
All right, that's what Buddy on.
Right. Are you Charlemagne? You one of those, huh?
you know,
those, huh? That's some
jeez.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey,
man, we still talking sports, right? Hey. So, are you paying attention to the Euros? Soccer?
Man, check this out, man. USA. That's all I gotta say. USA. Nah. A couple weeks ago, we beat Mexico here in Denver. They actually play here in Denver.
Facts.
Mexico play here. So we beat them in Denver. And
how is that Red Rocks? Because I know you went there. Like,
man, I saw Zoo. I saw Zoo at Red Rocks, and what they did was that they skipped the row. They did every other row. So you had plenty of space, and you was just with your people. So man, Zoo, hey, shout out Zoo. Zoo put on a good show, man. It was nice. It was really, it was real nice. And I never, like you said, it just felt good just to be out, just to breathe. You know, it wasn't too crowded. The show was great. I got to experience it, and honestly, that was my first time at Red Rocks since I've been here. That's my first Red Rocks concert, so
had to go.
Had to go. Had a first concert after the pandemic. You know, it was
at Red Rocks. Can't ask for a better experience.
Yeah, it was strong, man. I had a real good time
out there with the people type shit. You know,
that's it. Drink in hand.
Hey, come on, man. Come on, getting toasty. Hey,
absolutely.
Hey, man. But before I got off topic, I did want to bring up that during the Euros, I think it's Denmark. See, like I catch soccer games here and there, but don't really ask me to know, everything about it.
I like soccer. Usually I go for so I usually go for Colombia. I usually go for Colombia, but I usually try to watch a lot of the USA games, and I'm just now getting into the Premier League. Which was one of the big leagues.
Facts.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
But this dude Christian Eriksen, I didn't catch it. I saw somebody, retweeted on Twitter, and when I saw the video, I was like, damn, I didn't even want to see that.
Right.
He didn't get hit. He didn't get touched. He was just dribbling the ball out, and he collapsed. And the medics ran to him. They was doing CPR. They turned him over. They was doing, See, I want to think that they actually brought out the defibrillator. Yeah, they did. So they did bring out the defibrillator, but like the cameras was just focused on him for a while, and it was like he was unresponsive. So then all his players created a circle around him to kind of block cameras. And it was kind of disrespectful. The cameras were still trying to get aerial views. Right. But basically, like, some of his teammates were like tearing up. So a lot of people for a while thought like he had a heart attack and died on camera on the world stage. But I think he's conscious, and they took him off the field conscious. So now it's just like, what happened?
What's the story? Dehydrated or something to that nature.
Yeah, they ended up finishing the game maybe like an hour later, but he didn't return the field.
Right.
So it's one of those things like, what happened. But that was a scary thing, and something that I don't think a lot of people have like really seen in sports. Like, I don't know if it's happened in the past. It probably has, in like maybe boxing and stuff like that. But the threat, seeing someone, people legit thought he had died. Because he was out for like a long, while before they had confirmation of him being conscious. But I don't know, man. That could have been a bad situation. I don't know if we've ever seen something like that before in sports.
And you know what? They always talk about concussions in football, and different and knee injuries in basketball, and man, these athletes, man, they do what it takes to perform at the level that they perform at, Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if, like you said, it might have been a heart attack, maybe dehydration, maybe so, because what makes you pass out like that? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But man, your health is wealth, man. Take care of yourself out here, and no matter what you're doing, if it's hot outside, drink some water. Make sure you drink enough water. If it's
and it's been hot, bro. The East Coast has had a heat wave, bro.
Bro, it's 101 degrees here right now. It's 101 degrees in Colorado.
See?
Yeah.
See? AC
on blast. No hesitation.
And the crazy thing is, it was like that for like maybe like a week out here, right? 95, 500. Just recently, like every day so far, past like 3 days, it's been raining, thunderstorms. So I guess it hit that breaking point at some point where it's like it's just
gotta cool
too
down.
Hot. Yeah. So now it's like 70, 75, 78, creeping back up to them 80s. But yeah, bro, it's been a little heat wave out here, man.
Yeah.
It's good, but you got to be careful, right?
Hey, man, hot boy and hot girl summer in full effect. For real.
Hey, come on, man.
For real. Yeah. Literally, though. You know what I'm saying? This is
hot. Facts.
Hot outside, man.
Yo, speaking on that, though, you've been keeping up on any new music. A lot of stuff has dropped. A lot of A lot of stuff out there. I know Migos, they put out a new project.
Migos, Dirk
Dirk and
and
Lil
Lil
Baby,
Baby.
they put out a project.
Yep.
Lloyd Banks put out a project
That's probably a
recently.
project. My boy Jams put out a project. My boy
Hey,
C put
shout
out a
out. Come on,
project.
come on. We out here. We out
You
here.
know what I'm saying? So
Gotta shout
yeah,
out Paul for the support, man. A lot of
hey,
people could learn, man.
hey, you feel me? You feel me? Nah, but
Hey,
that's
man.
what it is though, bro. Like I've been really listening to a lot of independent. I've been listening to a lot of your stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, Jams just dropped. He just dropped All Gas No Breaks. You know what I'm saying, this week.
Yes, sir.
So man, I mean, I'm just happy to be surrounded by such talented people, man. I listen to Dirt
Come
stuff.
on
I
now.
listen to Little Baby stuff. Man, like you said, it's a lot of music out here right now. Even Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters just released
Yeah.
some new stuff.
People back outside, so that means every artist wants to release now because now you can
Absolutely.
experience it out and about,
And they're
living
setting up
life.
tours. They're setting up tours left and right. So
Hmm.
I just been keeping my eye out for some good concerts, some good.
Got to, bro. Hey, I
Yeah,
had I had some people hit me up talking about, hey yo, we trying to hit some festivals.
absolutely,
Funny as like I'm like, all right, cool. I'm down to hit these festivals, right? But like, it's serious because like I'm like, damn, when the tickets drop, like a month ago. Like, damn, why didn't you tell me the tickets had dropped a month ago?
right?
Because I checked the tickets now, right? Say a festival, right? We know them festivals, 3-day festivals. It was like 300, 350 for the tickets. Now that it's sold out and I look up tickets, that resell, motherfuckers want 900, 1,000. I'm like,
Absolutely.
damn, 1,000 for 3 days?
Man, we can go to.
Shit,
That's a
killing
round
me.
trip ticket to Europe, fam.
Come on, cuz.
we
Come on. What's up?
we can go to Barbados for less than that.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. I've seen some ridiculous prices, man. I think Bad Bunny was performing, and I think his tickets was like 1,500 a pop. I think the cheapest one was like a grand.
Facts.
Um, so it's. I mean, it's real out here. I guess they're trying to make up for
They
lost
they
time.
know, they
Yeah,
know. It's like the demand is there. People want to be out. Like let's
yeah.
charge them, bro.
And
But
people out
shit,
here.
man, you haven't been a stranger to traveling. You've been out there.
Yeah. I
On
went
the
to.
last pod, you was on the beach.
Yeah, I went to Arizona, and then I doubled back, and then went out to Miami.
Okay.
Had a good time in Miami. Yeah, that was the last pod. That was the last pod. I was on the beach, just soaking up some sun. But man, bro, like people, like you said, people outside, people are willing to pay that ticket, and then all of America is pretty much got an influx of cash. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So from all of the benefits and stuff that the government provided during the COVID.
Mhm.
Um,
But as a COD, we gotta reiterate: be safe outside.
please God, wash
Because
your hands, wash
keep
your
washing your
hands,
hands.
please. Yeah, bro. But a lot of the concerts and stuff that's happening right now, man, it's exciting to get outside and see some music, man.
Yep.
Excited to get outside and see some music, but those prices are steep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got to give it some time to stable out.
Yeah, and I've been getting out there on the golf course too, man. You ever play golf?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Wow.
my short game is nice right now, but I'm working on my running through my irons and my clubs and stuff. But
Yeah.
I also been watching golf, and we actually got a match that's coming up. It's
Okay.
Aaron. It's Tom Brady and Mickelson versus Aaron Rodgers and DeChambeau.
Did you see Mickelson's last game where everybody was running on the field behind him?
Come on,
Like, I guess that was his last professional or something like that. Like he like retired or something. So now I guess whatever with Tom Brady is like a
yeah,
exhibition type of celebrity golfing thing.
right.
But if I'm getting my story straight, and that was his last like professional, tour or whatever like that, it was wild, man. I never seen anything like that. Like when I say, usually golf is this pristine. We standing on the sidelines.
Quiet.
We're gonna keep our praise to our cheer to a minimum. Respect the golfers. These people was on the field behind him.
Mm.
Like I'm like, damn, does he even have space to like swing the club? Like, damn, and he's still focused, hitting them. I'm like, damn, bro, I'd be like, shit, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Like, how could I even like concentrate with like all this pressure, all these people gathered around me, and he's still hitting us. So it's like, all right, like I've really only paid attention to Tiger, I will say, in golf, because it's not like I'm paying attention to everybody. I might know Rory McIlroy or something like that. But other than that, like when I see Phil, I knew about him, but I didn't know it was this deep. He was this beloved in the sport.
You know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You said something key, bro. Like, I grew up like, you just pretty much watch Tiger, honestly. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, but man, golf, man, I've grown to love it, bro. The sport is fun. It takes technique. It's harder than it looks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you respect when you see
Hey.
some of these professionals play, bro. Like Mickelson or like you said, a McIlroy or DeChambeau. Like, man, bro, like they are skilled, man. They are skilled.
Yeah.
Hit the ball, you know what I'm saying? They're just you gotta respect it, bro. And I've kind of gained that love for it. So that's why I was interested to see my boy, the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Number
See
two.
how Tom play on the field. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Tom
All
versus
right.
Aaron Rodgers. That's a good, and it's actually called the match.
Okay.
Called the match, and yeah, that's in a couple days, man. Like I'm excited to see it.
Hey, I'm ready.
I'm
I'm
excited to see
ready.
that, bro.
I'm
Um,
ready.
Man, I want to bring up something that I saw on the news, and Kamala Harris, Vice President, she spoke on it.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about the like the refugees, like you know what I'm talking about, like they're talking about,
I know where we going. Yeah.
man, bro, like, and she stood strong on it.
You did.
You saw what she said. You heard what she
I
said.
did. Don't come here. He said, "Don't come here."
I was like,
All right.
what party is she in? Hey, but you know what? Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, that's all.
Look. It don't even have to be just about a party, because even if it wasn't about party, I think you would be just as shocked, because she personally has said, you know, she had tweets, and I don't know the exact quote, but she had tweets basically, saying that, you know, immigrants, refugees, we're available to help, or there should be better conditions for refugees and immigrants at the border, this and that. We want to be I don't know, she said something about, being respectful of their situations and what makes them want to immigrate and come to the US.
Right.
And almost a year to that tweet, it's "Don't come here." That's from one person. Take party away from it. That's from one person in the span of some time.
I was just saying that just to say like her rhetoric. You know what I mean? Like how strong she.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
I'm not even talking about if you agree or disagree with the stance.
Right.
My thing was just look at herself.
Right.
I could see if in the past she was like, I think there's some things we need to work out, and now she says, "Don't come here." It's like, well, that's what she's always been. Nah,
right.
She really did throw some people upside down. Like, some of her fans, her past fans, who were like, "Oh, I thought she thought this about immigration and stuff." Now it's like, "Don't come here." It's like some of those original supporters of her are like, "What are we doing?" Just like how you said, "Wait, which party is this?" It's kind of setting a new tone for who people think she is, right?
Hey, bro.
Oh man.
Hey, bro. Hey, and I don't know what you want to call that, like nationalism, or because I wouldn't call that patriotism. I just call that like nationalism. You know what I'm saying? Nationalism, like,
Yeah.
I feel like I guess a part of what she said, like there are legal ways to come here, whatever. Like I get that, but geez, man, some people, sometimes, they flee their countries because there's horrible things going on, stuff that the
Mm-hmm.
U.S. won't get involved in. It's like, do we offer them aid? Do we offer them, a, a safe space? Geez, when she was just like, don't, she's like, hey, don't come here. I was like, gee, like what am I
Right,
watching right now? Like, what's going on in the
right.
border? Like,
Come
I
on.
was thrown for a loop, man. I was thrown for a loop, and I kind of want to get your opinion on that, man.
It sounded a little harsh, right?
It was harsh. It was
Because
harsh,
like
man.
you said, we don't. I don't think any of us have the answers, especially any of us who aren't you know
Hmm.
taught or involved currently in politics outside of just your average voter.
Exactly.
So when you think about these things, yes, you want to be open to immigration because that's I mean America's marketing is doing all the work, right? Ever since we've grown up in this country, what is the classroom taught you? This is the land of opportunity, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you learn about Ellis Island and stuff like that. You think that was going to stop? And it's just going to be like, okay, they got enough. People are always going to come here for a better tomorrow because that's what we have marketed ourselves as. They want to
Yeah.
show up, they want to work hard, get a job,
That's
put
America's
together some
promise.
money, yep, buy some property,
Hmm.
buy a car, keep flipping, invest, put their kids into college, and hopefully their kids can get a step up and the cycle continue. So yeah, there's always going to be people who want to show up here. And like you said, like, sometimes it's the US like looking at another country knowing that there's like unstable conditions and we're not stepping in to help.
Right.
Or maybe we put those countries into some, you know, unstable conditions with some of our actions. Because even though we have a certain stance on interfering internationally, we still do kind of like work hand in hand with like a lot of governments, right? So some of our political moves might send somebody else into a spiral or something like that. So, what is the perfect balance between letting people come into the US or trying to help improve their quality of life in their country so they don't have to feel like they have to leave, right? So, is it our responsibility? Should we just do that because it's a good thing to do or the right thing to do? I don't know. It's a lot. It's do we have the money? Do we know what we're gonna do is successful? Is it actually gonna help people?
Right. Having
So
having ethics and standing up for basic human rights. I mean, I feel like that's just a responsibility that we have. You know what I mean?
exactly.
But as far as our system, and the point that a lot of people will bring up is like the tax thing, like immigrants coming here not registering the correct way, paying taxes. Like, yeah, you're in our country. Like, if you want these benefits, you got to pay into it just like everybody else. I think that's probably one of the points that they use to try to say like, oh, we don't want immigrants here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's be real, man. Like, I drive up in northern Colorado and I look at the fields with cabbage, and guess what? There's immigrants out there, what I'm saying, picking vegetables and stuff. I don't know anybody who grew up in the United States who wants to get a job out there in the field, what I'm saying, picking lettuce. So there's a place here for everybody, and I think that the immigrants, we are a country of immigrants, so it is what it is.
Hey man. Um Basically to like kind of like wrap up my statement was, I heard you kind of like bring up taxes, right? With regards to immigrants and the argument being that, they should be able to pay taxes to, live in the country and be a citizen.
Right.
That connects to a story that ProPublica had put out there, had had published, saying that perfectly legal too, within their legal rights, that the majority of billionaires pay zero in taxes
Right.
or pay less than like 10 grand.
I mean, that's crazy, right? It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy.
And it's perfectly legal, perfectly legal.
Right, right. So my thing is this too, and I would love to talk to a CPA about this. You know what I mean? I love to talk to an accountant about this. Why don't they pay taxes? Are they giving money away? Are they donating to non for profits? Like what's on the other end of that too? You know what I mean? Because a lot of times what people do or what companies do is that they give money. You know, they give money to colleges or universities. They give money to feed the hungry programs or mercy home for boys and girls. Like, you know what I'm saying? They do stuff like that they can write off on their taxes so that at the end of the year they don't end up paying a lot of taxes. So, there are some people out there who are obviously just cooking the books, if you will. You know what I'm saying? But there are some companies and some people who are, they're philanthropists. Like that's why a lot of people with a lot of money they become philanthropists and they give a lot of it away. So I would just want to know, like, I can't slam somebody, but I would definitely want to know, like, why aren't you paying taxes? Like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Yeah.
What would validate you not paying taxes every year? You know, because I know that if I had that type of money, that's what I would do, bro. I'd feed people. I support schools. I would, what I'm saying, try to build up my community, support some businesses. Um, you know, maybe even do away with some of these food deserts that they always talk about. How some of these communities don't have fresh food. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
bring fresh produce. Like that's the type of stuff that I would do myself. But yeah, I think that, man, I think that it's a slippery slope, bro, and I think that it's a gray area that some people, they're getting away with murder, but then there are good people out there who do good things. I just think that it's a case by case basis. What were you thinking about it? What did you think about it?
It did feel like, you know what, if some of these people just paid, a considerable amount or a similar amount to what we pay, right? So
Right.
say the average man pays 10% in taxes. You as a billionaire should pay 10%.
Right.
So imagine if they paid their 10%. And that's just very simplified. I know there's tax rates and all that stuff. But let's just keep everyone on a similar playing field. Let's say they pay 10% too. A lot of stuff that people ask for could be done like that. You know what I mean? If all that money is coming through and being used correctly.
Use correctly. That's key.
Exactly, right. A lot of tax money probably goes to some bullshit,
Right.
So,
Right.
Is it really fixing the roads or lining someone's pockets?
Exactly.
So,
it sure are a lot of potholes out there. That's all I gotta say.
come on, man, come on, man. But hey, bro, we back like crack.
You heard?
We seen people talking. The COD was not ever gone anywhere. We just took a slight break, got a breather.
Hiatus, if you will.
Had a lot of life changes. So now it's full speed ahead. But before we get out of here, man, Rory and Maul, they dropped their new podcast. So
you feel me?
they're on a similar wavelength. They're on some full speed ahead, motivation as well. So the fact that we back, Rory and Maul is back. I see the pod landscape out there, and I feel like, yeah.
I saw the homie Loaded Clips. He had like a little skit he did. Yeah, like a skit.
Hey, shout out Loaded.
Shout out Loaded. About Rory and Maul dropping. So
come on, man.
Shout out to him, man. It's
just in this lane that we're trying to do with the COD podcast, and we still got those t-shirts coming for y'all. But
merch on deck.
It's just one of those things where, look, we pay attention to the heavy hitters in this podcast thing, which was Joe Budden, JBP. And now that they went through some changes and Rory and Maul they got their own podcast, it's one of those things where, as somebody who wants to do, the same thing, or, we study their moves like we say we do, it's a very interesting thing, So, to see where they go, how they brand differently, that's something that we're always looking to, because at the COD, we feel like we give you a strong brand, fresh catch. I mean, just those 3 weeks, like paying attention to the Discord, seeing what we got, seeing why it's valuable, seeing why, people want to be in there conversing and talking. People asking, "Yo, where's the pod?" I'm like, "All right." So, we back like cook crack. I just want to let y'all know. Gave a quick gave you a quick update, and we'll be back with your regularly scheduled guests soon enough. I know I got to get on the phone with Paul and just kind of strategize who we should hit up for this next wave of guests, because we got to go bigger and better, go get some crazy people to speak to.
Absolutely, man. It's the COD, full speed ahead, baby. Episode
40.
You feel me? Ryan and Paul.
Peace. Paul and Ryan. Yes, sir.